Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming in this evening. This is Miss Shirley, the OG Gardener. In Zone 6, I think I'm in B and not A. So, anybody who's watching the replay, please make sure you hit that like button so that you will get all notifications of any new videos that I upload. And then you can show me that you like me just a little bit. Will be greatly appreciated. All righty. I see Psalms 146. What you say first? I'm not mad at you. I'm glad you're here this evening. CC, you say you're second. All right. And thank you. Yeah, my 500 plus. Yeah, I think I'm up to 533 now. Cheryl Faulkner. Hey, girl. Yeah, I got a chance to meet Miss Cheryl face to face. That was such a pleasant meeting. I really enjoyed you for the whole weekend. You had me cracking up. And then I watched Cheryl, I watched the live with you and Sifting with Soil was there at the house and they was messing with y'all and I was just cracking up. Unbiased LLC. I got to meet her in person too. I got to hug and dance and boogie with her. Hey Mike, how are you? Mike, I was watching your video on you on what they call it, doing a review on another hydroponic garden that you should have did last year, but you didn't get to it at that particular time, which is all right. You got the review done. My Renaissance grandma. Hello, sweetie. Thank you for stopping in. Hey, Tin, you in here early tonight, the educated natural. Thank you for stopping in. And Yaya, nice meeting you too. Yes, indeedy. We got a lot to talk about this evening. Yeah, Country Hustle 101. Oh, you almost slid past me. Hey, hon. Thank you for stopping in this evening. Yes, indeed. And don't forget, y'all, you could drop your channels by dropping MSOG and letting other folks know how they can find you. Backyard Garden Flow 2021. Good evening, sweetheart. Hey, Joshua Gabriel. Good evening. Thank you. And Cassandra. Now, y'all think I'm a dance machine? No. Cassandra South Bolton. She was out there with her sister and her brother, and she was cutting up. And her sister wasn't doing too bad either now. Y'all had me over there cracking up too. I seen you over there trying to get down doing them belly rolls. I was like, look at her over there cutting up. I was like, she better not say nothing about me partying up in here. Yes, indeed. We had such a good time. The weather was perfect. That first day, the morning was a little chilly, but then it warmed up about 12, 1 o'clock. And the day of the Children's Museum, where the vendors had their stands and stuff there, that turned out to be a perfect day. Not too hot, not too cold. Excuse me, it's Goldilocks. It was just right. All right. I see everybody saying hello to one another. TLC, you in here, sweetheart? I see somebody saying hello to you, so I know you in the house. For some reason, TLC don't show up in my chat, so I don't show up in hers. And I went and unsubscribed and resubscribed to her channel, and we don't pop up on each other's channels, which is kind of crazy. But we talked on the phone last night, so we still keep in touch with one another. Yes, indeed. Thank you for all the ones who have subscribed to my channel that helped me to get to the 500 plus. I didn't see it coming, and it was Mona Sifting with Soil. We were talking, and she said, I think it was Friday night when we were down at the meet and greet. She said, wait till tomorrow. She said, you got this. And I didn't think nothing else about it. And then it's so happy she sat at the table next to where I was sitting at when we had dinner and when I hit the 500. So it was exciting. It was exciting. It was. I was floating on cloud nine the rest of that day. I was. I really enjoyed it. But check your block list. Yeah. Yeah. Mike, I keep telling you, I'm not IT literate. Sometimes I don't even know where to look for stuff. Folks say, check this, check that. And I'm like, how do I do that? I need step-by-step instructions. It's an easy ginger slip when scrolling. Oh, all right. Well, we'll talk about it at another time, because I have no idea where to even look for a block list. I didn't even know I had one, or that there was one. I know you can block folks if you're a moderator, but and the host of whatever show is going live at the time, but uh, neither one of us should be blocked. So that's just bananas. But anyway, I'll check that out later. Maria Graham, thank you for stopping in this evening. Glad to see you. Yes, indeedy. And everybody saying hello to one another. Hello, everybody in the oh, okay. Let me see which glasses. Like sometimes my eyesight, I don't even know if I can see past my hands sometimes. Let me see which glasses look better. I have to clean these other ones. We say no trolls in the house. That's right. We don't want nobody. Oops, finger slip. I got plants on the brain. Let's see if I can see any better out of these. Nah, I'll keep these on. Maybe if I clean them, I can see what I'm looking at. Mike, you got them old round juicy fingers. I was laughing when you was working on your hydroponics. You was trying to pull the paper apart and you was having a hard time because of those nice round fingers you got. Your wife liked them juicy fingers, so it's all good. You don't have to worry about us. Yes, indeedy. I just want to say that oh, cute. Oh, you like my I just I should have did this when I was down there. I just braided across the top because the wind was so high on Saturday. It was blowing stuff over, knocking stuff over. That wind was high, and my hair was all over my head, looking a hot mess because my hair is so soft. Do I see Roro? Hey, baby. How are you? You made it in here tonight. Glad to see you. Greatly appreciate that. Yeah, but we really had a marvelous time. And everyone who didn't make it this year, try to make it for 2024. Now, you got more than advance notice in regards that there will be one for 2024. So start saving up your nickels and dimes and shaking out your piggy banks and what have you. How they say the old fashioned way, check the cushions in the sofa and the chair, check your pockets, and start putting like your own personal GoMe fund that you're going to next year's expo. So yeah, Presbyterian already told me I'll be back. So right now I have to work on airfare. So I have now until next year. Sherry hasn't announced a date, I believe, as of yet, but I will be trying to get it. I want a straight through. I had to change planes in Charleston. That was just too much. I legally tripped her with the whole marriage thing. She stuck with me. Mike, you know what? You just silly. You just silly. Let's just say, Josh, you're listening and eating. I understand. I had to eat me a little something, something before I came in tonight. I was sitting here, my stomach said, "Rrrr." I was like, okay, all right. See, you don't have no excuse. None of y'all got an excuse. Unless you got a job where you can't take the time off, that's the only way I give y'all an excuse. Because, like I said, you got from now until next year to save your pennies up. Even though you don't have a date, you start saving up your little nickels and dimes. So if you need a hotel room, or if you need airfare, or even if you're driving, a lot of folks drove in, and there was a lot of females who drove by themselves, and it was more than 2 or 3 hours. I salute them ones because, hey, they was bold. They got on the freeway, highways, and they knew how much they needed for gas and how to drive during daylight hours so it's safer for them, making quick pit stops, and got to their destination safe and sound. So, you know, like we was watching Ann Dale, and who is that? Miss T with the T, with her and her daughter. You know, it was a lot of folks came down. Hey, Miss Shirley OG, evening to everyone else. Gloria Elliott, thank you for stopping in tonight. No date has been announced yet. No, it hasn't, but you can still save up your nickels and dimes, though, so that you'll have it. I want to go next year, God willing. I hear you, Maria. Yes, indeed. Girl, we had so much fun. And that's one thing I want to do. Um, I don't know if there's two individuals who sent me my money in Cash App. I don't know if they want me to say their names or not, so I'm not. But for the other two people, you also know it was a total of four people who sent me money for my plane tickets so that I was able to make a surprise appearance at this year's Soil Family Expo 2023. And I just want to tell you, thank you. Couldn't have did it without you. Thank you. Yeah, drop your links, y'all. MSOG. I hope Nightbot is acting right. Did I have a good time, girl? Please. Oh my goodness. I danced and party. I was doing one of Prince number. He normally say 1999. Well, we did it 2023 style. Yes, indeedy. My ankles and feet are still swollen. I went to the doctor today. He told me what's wrong. I got to take a few more tests to be sure, but we'll see. Yeah, a day to get out of Texas. That's all right, CC. If that's how long it take you, it is what it is. We had some people driving 17 hours from New York to come down for it. So yeah, it may. And if you don't want to drive, put it on a plane ticket. You get there a lot faster. Yeah, sure. I was happy to meet y'all. It was so much fun. And let me tell you, oh, you say you don't do planes? I would love to drive there. Yeah. Well, I was mad. I didn't drive that. I had the plane because after Presbyterian took me to those garden centers, I couldn't bring nothing back on the plane. I was just, I was so upset all the stuff I saw. Hey, Crystal, a whole new perspective. Me and Crystal, we hugged and kissed so much during them. Oh, it was amazing. Y'all, I wish y'all could have seen some of the reaction of some of you YouTubers who didn't know who I was. And when I told them who I was, the reaction, man, I wish I could have had that on camera. It was awesome. It was hilarious and awesome all at the same time. Friday night when we went for pizza, who was that? Sunday, Backyard Farmer. There was like a bar between both sides where we were sitting. So I leaned over like this and I said, "Do you know who I am?" And Sunday always got that big smile on his face, and he smiled at me and he shook his head. No, I said, "I'm Miss Shirley, the OG gardener." He went, "Oh!" It was priceless. Do you hear me? OMG, it was priceless. I will never forget his reaction. Oh yeah, Cheryl. It was everybody we met. It was just overwhelming. Yeah. Oh, we had so much fun. And we were eating, we were drinking, we was dancing, we was talking. I mean, it was just non-stop from everybody. You talk to this person for a while, as they walking away, somebody else is walking up to you. Let me tell you what happened when I met Led Farmer. It was hilarious. Now it's like three or four of us standing in front of him. He's talking about me. He's literally talking about me. He was like, "Is Miss Shirley here? I haven't met her." I'm standing there in front of him. And then the other two people on each side of me kind of stepped away from me, and I stood there like this. Then he realized who I was, and he did the same reaction. He's like, "Oh!" It was priceless. I said, y'all should have been filming this. It was funny. I mean, Led was literally talking about me and didn't know that this was me standing in front of him. It was hilarious. I'm talking about I had so many. I think by the time I got home, my back was killing me because I had been hugged, kissed, and hugged so much by everything. And the first night, Friday night, Broke Farmer sat next to me. That was my buddy there. We was drinking cold beer. Yes, indeedy. Yep, Wet Willie's. Wet Willie. Wet Willie got a lot of money. They sure did. They made some big ends this past weekend with us alone because we was all trying different stuff. The first drink I had from Wet Willie's, it was called Call a Cab. Eh, it was all right. I'd have had to have a couple of them for them to call a cab. But them other ones we tried, Sex on the Beach and a few others, they was all right. Yeah, Wet Willie's made plenty of money off of us, especially Saturday night after we left and we walked over there. Well, we had to drive over, we couldn't walk. We had a ball. We just ate sure that was funny. Yeah, I got a drink with broke. Yep, yep, yep. He said, I heard you are tall, Miss Shirley. I'm not a short woman. I'll put it to you like that. Oh, I'm not super tall, but I'm not short. Oh, Black Tropical Homesteads in here? Are they? Oh, there go Mona. Hey, babe. How are you? I told you Mona called it. Yeah, they go. There go Sherry and Bobby. Yep, yeah. Soul brothers and soul sisters. Sherry and Bobby, y'all are the bomb diggity. Y'all made it come true for a lot of us. For us to be meeting for the first time, growing what I eat. Hello, sweetheart. Thank you for stopping in there. Like you said, there was no chaos. There was nobody fighting. There was nobody cussing out the wazoo. There was nothing but kisses and hugs and cameras and videos and dancing and drinking and eating. I'm talking about we just had a fun weekend. It was like a family reunion. Everybody got together. Everybody was happy to see one another. Some of us were starstruck with one another. And that was what was funny. People who really wanted to meet me didn't know that I wanted to meet them just as much, if not more so, because I feel like I'm on the lower end of the Richter scale, so to speak, and you guys are shaking and making big numbers. Who is this? Grizz Matisley Clever. I know I screwed that up, but thank you. Welcome for coming in tonight. Yes, indeedy. Everybody enjoyed meeting one another. It was amazing. It was. We had a good time. The band showed out. They showed up and showed out. I got a chance to dance with one of the lead singers. Now that was fun. I forgot about y'all's videotaping stuff. Yeah, we danced for sure. My ankles and feet, they still talking about that. They was like, I should have set you down, but I was like, I wasn't gonna let the pain and swelling bother me. I said I come too far to sit around and watch everybody else having fun. Yep, yep, yep. It was. It was. It was like meeting you two stars, and everybody was shining. Everybody was bright. There wasn't a dull star in the place. Everybody had a shine, a sparkle to them. It was just amazing. It was. Um, I just like the gentleness of the big guys, like Bobby and Led and Sunday. These big old guys, because when they wrap their arms around you, you just kind of feel like a little kid. You kind of get swallowed. And I'm not that big of a woman, but when they wrapped their arms around me to hug me, I just felt like a little kid that want to snuggle my head in their chest and say, I feel safe, you know. And that's the way I felt with a lot of them, that we weren't strangers, like we knew each other for the longest. We just hadn't met in person. We see people on their lives all the time. We even see them with on other people's channels, coming in, and we laugh our butts off at them, like Sifting with Soil with Mona and more. her late nights with her and F.R. Humphrey, and sometimes her other special guests when they come in there. They have us dying laughing at 1, 2, and 3 o'clock in the morning. I was watching Led early this morning. I was watching him on TV, so I couldn't comment, but I was watching him while he was sitting on his back porch and was talking about cutting down, um, was it his pomegranate trees, and how he's going to do some serious grafting on a lot of that stuff that he can't take with him, but he's going to make sure he's got enough portions off of them that something's going to survive and be rerouted and put into the new freedom acres. He was dropping like, yeah. I'm glad the stuff that I got from Kenyatta. Kenyatta gave me some stuff that I rubbed on my knees, my feet, my ankles, my lower back, my shoulder. That's the only way I was able to pick it up after I dropped it like it was hot. Woo, would you say what happens around YouTube must be seen on YouTube? Yeah, okay. That's not the case because I had my granddaughter. Oh, spoke up, Felicia. There she go. Hey, F.R. Humphrey, just got through. Was your ears burning, sweetheart? I was talking about you and Mona's late nights chit chats when y'all be crocheting and talking, or Mona be showing us some sweet potatoes she done growed in a pot, or a new Meyer lemon she done finally found and picked up. You said, yes, Lord, that all was everything. I still feel, I do too. I think we all feel like we still floating. It's gonna take us about maybe a week or two before we get off that cloud that we floating on, because it was just so much love. Like I said, there was nobody acting a fool. Everybody acted like mature adults in seeing one another, but we were acting like little kids once we got around one another. We wanted to giggle, we wanted to laugh, we wanted to take pictures. And I got a lot of pictures where Led was actually photobombing them on purpose. They're hilarious. I have some really nice pictures. I have to learn how to download them so I can show y'all some of them. But Led photobombed a lot of pictures. He was cutting up. Yes, indeed. He ain't nothing but a big old teddy bear. I enjoyed giving him the biggest hug. Oh my goodness. I almost cried, you know. And like I said, I don't care if you got 300,000 or 30 people. We all felt like we were all on the same level. We were just human beings who are trying to help one another to become self sufficient, and that we offer all the help and knowledge that we know. You can't do any more than that. And after 2023, as nice as it was, 2024 is going to be totally off the chain, because after a lot of you guys who didn't make it saw the videos and saw how much fun we were having, they gonna want to be there for the next one. They're gonna move mountains to get there for 2024. Sherry, I know you guys are in the chat. Have y'all picked a date yet? Because people are asking, what date is going to be. So much love for sure. It was. I mean, you could feel the love. You know what? People who weren't even involved um, in our expo that was surrounding us, they kept asking, "Who are you guys? You guys look like you're having so much fun, and everybody's kissing and hugging one another. They're laughing, they're crying. You ought to see me in Presbyterian. When she dropped me off at the airport, we both standing there crying, snorting, and snotting. I didn't want to go. She didn't want me to go. And I stayed an extra day. I didn't leave till, so when she dropped me off at the airport, not until 5 o'clock Monday evening. So we still spent the whole day. We hit Lowe's, we hit Home Depot, we hit a couple of garden centers, and her family really appreciated, me coming there too as well. So, and Sunday, after we went to the Kingdom Hall, her husband and daughter, myself and Press, we all went out to dinner together to a good old Southern restaurant. And man, almost ate myself into a coma. I was eating cabbage and collard greens and ham and chicken and pork chops and oh man, I was eating everything. I was mad because I didn't get a chance to eat a piece of pig feet with some hot sauce because I had ran out of room. I was eating everything. It was so good. And Sherry, that's a suggestion. Next year, country buffet where everybody can come and get whatever they want. They said they got a big banquet room in the basement. You got to check that out. Just a suggestion now. Okay, that food was good. And you can eat as much as you want. So you're working on a date? Okay. We'll be listening for it. We really will. Hey, uh-oh. I'm a little better this week. I'm still a little nasal, but I think I can carry it off. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Doo doo doo. Now stop there. My girl from Texas, la la. Thank you for showing your face in the place. I appreciate it. Janet Cruising Homestead. Hey, thank you for stopping in tonight. I greatly appreciate it. Please, y'all, hit that like button and show me that you like me. Just a little bit. Will be greatly appreciated. Crafty Leo. Oh, not only did I get a chance to meet Crafty Leo, I got a chance to see the baby. She had on the cutest little booties with the big bow on it. Then she had the headband with the big bow on it. Oh my goodness. And Crafty Leo had a glow about herself being a new mama. Thank you so much for letting me check out your baby. I really appreciate it. I really do. That kind of made my day to see the baby because I'm a baby lover. Yes, I am. I love me some babies. Yes, Crafty Leo. Thank you so much once again. Oh, you saying hi to one another? Yeah. When we were at the Children's Museum and they had brought in a rabbit and they had brought in a chicken for the kids to check out. It was so cute. I didn't want to videotape other people's kids, you know, not with the craziness in the world today. I didn't want any objection from the parents. But they had little ones like 1 and 2 years old. You know how they squat down and put their hands on their knees and they get right up and they trying to see this chicken and this rabbit. It was so cute, the curiosity of these children at the museum. Um, was it I can't even pronounce their names. But anyway, I had went to this one stand that had the I know some of y'all know the name of the people. I know the name and I don't know why I can't say it. But anyway, they had the fire cider and I I was having problems with my sinuses draining and I was drinking some of those shots of fire cider. Boy, I've been coughing up cold. It broke all of this up in here. Yes, indeedy. Stopped my sinuses from draining and broke it up. And then I had a little taste of that hot sauce that had that vinegar in it. When you first tasted that vinegar is strong, but then all of a sudden the heat behind that kicked in. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Yes, indeedy. What you said everybody's curiosity had a chicken. You silly. Oh, yes, indeedy. Those kids were cute. You had a lot of them in there too. Thank you. Black Tromica Pruitt. Is that how you say it? Homestead. Yeah. I for some reason I couldn't get my lips together to say that name. Yes, that fire cider was on point. And then I went over to cool my mouth down. I went over to Food by Faith, and I got me some of her lavender tea and some of her hibiscus tea, and washed everything down. I gave the lavender tea to Quint, and I drank the hibiscus tea, and that helped cool my mouth off because that hot sauce was talking. Yes, indeed. But it helped my sinuses though. It broke up a whole lot of that stuff. I'm feeling better. Fifi, I was watching you, girl. I've been watching you. Been cracking me up. I think the last one I was watching you, you had just got you had ordered a greenhouse, I believe, and they kept sending you the wrong size. They was giving you the runaround. Yeah. Let me do a overall. We got enough people in here right now. Let's see. All right. I remember Presbyterian had the garden tour. Mike, I was watching you showing us your peppers. You had took, I guess, your chocolate peppers and you had cut one open and you were showing all the seeds that was in there and you was doing a taste test on how sweet they were. Yeah, you had a lot of seeds in there too. You had a lot of peppers too. I was kind of impressed to see that many in that size. Ooh, excuse me, coming from a hydroponics garden. So yeah, that was cool though. That hot sauce was top girl talking. Ew, if it wasn't in my throat, it'd have walked out. That wasn't no joke. Was it warm enough down? Oh yeah. I don't know, especially the last day. The last day, the humidity got high, and it was warm. I had on a jacket. I tied it around my waist. Fortunately, I had a sleeveless blouse on. Yeah, and some capris, cause yeah, it got hot. Saturday was a perfect day, even though it was windy. It was perfect as far as weather wise. Yeah, and Sunday was even better because we were outside taking pictures and out on the patio where some of them were having breakfast. Yeah, it was really nice. And tomorrow it's gonna be cold. Cheryl, let me tell you, yesterday here in Cleveland, it was 74 degrees. And then it started raining and it rained like a monsoon. Today it was only 37 degrees, where I had to pull out my winter hat and coat. I did a video and dropped it today, and I couldn't believe the difference between yesterday and today. It was something like 30, 35 different drop in the temperature because I had the door open. My cat went out on the porch, everything. Not today. The heat came on. J3GS5. I got to meet him. And what is he? The honey slinger. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't get a chance to try his honey. By the time I came over there, I think it was gone. Yep. I was over there talking to, who was that? Sunshine. Yeah. Oh yeah, lots. This weather doesn't want. Yeah, this weather keeps going back and forth, up and down. That's why we don't really plant in the ground until the end of May because in April last year we had two blizzards back to back. We didn't have freezing temperatures. We had blizzards. I'm talking about everything was snow white and the poor branches was hanging down because it was that wet snow. Yeah, and it took a couple of days for all of that snow to melt. So, yeah, the end of May, that would be the best. But you say, Mike, it's 32 degrees today, going to be 80 next week. You see, that's what I'm saying. And I think that's why I've been sick. Nothing big, but it was enough. It was 90 degrees today. I was working in the greenhouse and wonder why that fan didn't cool me off. I know. When I was in the greenhouse in Savannah with Quint, she was saying how she's going to roll up the sides so that the greenhouse could cool off, so she could slowly acclimate the plants that she had inside the greenhouse to the outside. So she had to gradually let them get cooler because it was so much warmer in the green. You could feel the heat in the greenhouse. Rio's Family Garden. Hey, missed y'all. Haven't seen you for a minute. Everything okay with y'all? Nice to see you in here tonight. What you say? I seen all of y'all at the Soil Expo. Y'all was having some fun. Yes, it was 91 in South Georgia yesterday and 87 today. See, yeah, it was like 85 on Sunday. Yeah, I was coming out of everything. I was hot. Yes, indeed. And then get on the plane. I had my winter coat, I had my hoodie and my winter coat on. Cause when you get on the plane, them planes be like refrigerators. I had my cap, I put my hoodie over on that, tucked myself, and I went to sleep. And when we got to the airport, it was a hot mess. Everybody and their mama was out there trying to pick up loved ones, and traffic was horrific. They had to get police out there to read. People was pulling up in the middle of the street, throw their blinkers on, and running inside. Ah, and people couldn't get out. They was blocking folks in. It was hot mess. I actually had to scramble down, like down the way. I just said, "Where you at?" And I said, "I'm coming to you." He got out, and grabbed my luggage and stuff. It was messy. Uh-oh. I was trying to see that. Yeah, sometimes it's junk. Miss Shaw is having such a hard time to get this grow tent. I'm hoping for success at some point. Yeah, because you said you had sent the one back and they sent you the next one. It was the same size. And instead of them telling you that the size you wanted was not available, they just sent you the same junk. There go my girl. Hey Quinn. Hey. That's my baby girl right there. We had so much fun. Oh, the storm is coming this way. 87 today, 40 by Saturday. Dad, Crystal, it sound like you in Ohio, the way that weather's acting up. Yes, indeedy. Everybody saying hello to one another. Uh, let's see. I saw Mike, you did your peppers and you showed your tomatoes and your different kinds of basil. Food by Faith, she was showing about her sweet potato slits planting and she gave a yard tour as well. Homestead in the Hood. Oh, she was showing a mail call that she got from Homestead Heart. And growing with Hudson, is she in here? I just want to let her know when I got home, the seeds she sent me are here. So I'm gonna do a video on that as well. Oh, Fifi, I was laughing about your dog doing the sunbathing, and you just kept taking your foot and rolling it over your dog's stomach. I do that to my cat. She likes me to, she'll get up under my foot, and she likes for me to rub my foot up and down her stomach. And every time I take my shoes off and walk through my house barefooted, if I got my legs crossed, next thing I know, I got that little head hitting up on the bottom of my foot. She wanted me to rub her head or her back with my foot. Yeah, our fur babies are spoiled. Anybody with fur babies, they're spoiled. Yep. You don't forget to hit that like button and show Miss Shirley that you like her just a little bit. It's greatly appreciated. Somebody drop MSOG and see if Nightbot is working tonight. Because I know sometimes it takes Nightbot a minute to warm up and then other times it'll pop right in there. Oh yeah, and I was watching Gina first versus Gina, how she was showing about her fruit tree starting to bud. I kept saying that my trees were budding. They weren't showing blossoms yet. They were showing that they were sending out new leaves. So I knew they were alive. So I hope I don't get a cold snap to mess with it because they got a lot of leaves on them. It looks like the trees that wasn't as fruitful last year will be fruitful this year as long as we don't get a cold snap. Okay, there you go, Crafty Leo. All right, not by. Okay, thank you, Nightbot. Duval. City girl, thank you, sweetheart, for stopping in tonight. Hey, Gail. What you say? Almost missed me. I'm glad you didn't. Yes, you made it. You good. You in here now. Like Prego is in there. You all right? Yeah, we were having such a good time. I was talking a little bit about some of the videos. I fell asleep on a lot of videos because I've been taking the last 2 days. You know, when you get older, you don't bounce back like when you're 25, 30 years old. I don't even bounce. I just kind of drag. I came home. I normally just take my luggage into the basement, and that way I just unload it and just wash everything in it. My friend bought my luggage upstairs instead of taking it in the basement. I was like, oh, shoot. So I just threw them in the basket and took it down. So all my laundry I had is washed and dried. I'm so glad that's over with. That was a lot of running up and down them stairs. I get my steps, believe me. But yeah, everybody saying hello to one another still. All right, what else I was saying? Oh, when Gina not only showed about her fruit tree, but she also was showing about a new challenge. I tell you, every time I turn around, y'all got a new challenge. This is Planner HGC 2023. I was like, okay, we'll see about that one. And how many of you guys watch Led flying his drone over his property at his new place in Florida with the Freedom Acres? Yeah, and I really like the talk he gave everybody early this morning about when you downsizing, to throw all that stuff out, to throw it out if you don't need it. Have a yard sale. All that don't sell, just stick it on a tree line, saying free, so you can get rid of it. And that's one thing I need to do. I've been in this place over 20 something years, and my granddaughter called me a junior hoarder. I don't throw stuff out. Yeah, I'm still dragging my butt. What you say, Renaissance Grandma? We got a low bounce back. Girl, I don't bounce at all. I just sit down. I'm dragging. I get up. I went in the kitchen. I fixed me a nice breakfast. I washed my dishes. I washed out my coffee pot. And I came back in here and I sat my little happy behind down. And I was trying to sit here and figure out what else I need to get done. I can't let a whole day go by and not have done something. That irks me, to let a 24-hour period go by and not accomplish one thing. That doesn't make sense. That's just laziness. You got to get up and start moving around. So that's when I did my laundry. So I had a little couple pieces left over for before I left. So I got it all done. Hey, there go my girl, Nikki. Nikki, I hope to see you next year. Yep, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. And I enjoyed you and Stacy last night on Wind Down Wednesday. See, the only reason I was able to come to Wind Down Wednesday yesterday, we had the memorial of the Lord's evening meal, the Passover, on Tuesday night, on nice and 14. So therefore, Wednesday we didn't have a meeting, so I was able to join. I probably won't see me again for a while, but I enjoyed being with you guys last night. That was funny. Stacy, that boy ain't got a lick of sense. I think he been in them woods too long. He didn't fell out a tree here and there. What you say, Nikki? You gonna be there next year? Yeah. You just said I saw one whole spear peeking through the snow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have any snow here, Mike, but I got everything peeking up. I got to clean out the side of the house where my shade garden is at, because I have the spears of hostas peeking up, and I showed you where my bleeding heart is coming up. So I also have a steel bees and some other shade flowers down there that I didn't clean up this past fall, but I can clean them up now. If this wet weather would stay straight, I would have had it cleaned up today. Yeah, he is a mess. He a hot mess. Me too, Nikki. I had prior engagements with my grandson who lives out of state. Yeah, we understand. That's why we're all anticipating and waiting on Sherry and Bobby to give us a date so people can lock it down, because this time of year you got a lot of stuff going. You got graduations. Okay. Um, you have graduations, and I had last Saturday before we left, I had my granddaughter's bridal shower at 12 to 3, and then I had a funeral from 4 to 9. Well, that includes the funeral and the repast, and that was all in the same day. And I had to get up early that Saturday morning to accept food that people was dropping off who wasn't going to make the repast. So that whole day was shot. And then I had my meeting on Sunday, and by the time I got home, I was just totally wiped out. And I take all my vitamins and minerals and all this other good stuff to help keep me going. But when your body says sit down, it means just that. I don't argue with it. I'd rather sit down than fall down. So yeah, getting old is not what it's cracked up to be. And you know what? My mind says, "Ooh, girl, you can do that." And your body say, "What is you doing?" No, you can't. Sit your little happy behind down. And I'm like, okay, I'm sitting down. Yep. I always have people say, "Would you sit down somewhere And once I get to doing something, it's hard for me to sit down until my knees start to buckle or my back start hurt. Then I say, okay, I'll sit down. I got to be almost falling apart before I finally sit down. I'm just that kind of person. I just go, 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 go. During the 80s, I hope to set the beds exactly up. I know we will get more snow. I just want to get ready for the end of May. And that's what I did. My beds are prepped. I need to add a little more soil because I see it's sunken some during the winter months. So I just need to bring the soil level back up. And once I bring that back up and level it out, I can plant anything in it. Because I added a lot of amendments this past fall, so that once the beds start heating up, it would be easier to get a head start. So before the weekend, I already have my soil and I picked out the seeds I want, and I'm going to start setting it up for some start. So by the end of May, they'll be big enough and hardy enough to be put in the ground and get a good head start. Then waiting on them to come up um, by seed. Oh, get out of here, Reba. Patterson. Yes, girlfriend. Now you talking about somebody dropping it like a hat, Miss Reba. She outshined me by a long shot. Girlfriend was taking pictures and dropping like a hat in the front row. Reba. No, she had it going on. Yes, indeedy. All right, everybody say hello to one another. I have new corn seedlings and I'm working on an area to plant them in. Okay. All right. Um, did anybody watch the video of Yellow Door yesterday? I wanted to reach through the screen yesterday and just give her the biggest hug. The APL gave her such a hard time about coming to get that cat and kittens, and girlfriend was livid, which I can understand. Like she said, that's what they paying for, to come get strays. She said it wasn't her cat. She don't like cats. She's scared of cats. Get rid of it. And they was trying to give her a hard time, and she was just trying to cool down and finish her video. I really wanted to give her a hug. I can almost feel her pain and her frustration with dealing with public workers. Yeah. No, you weren't trying to keep up with me, girlfriend. If I dropped it like you did, I'd have had Sunday and Bobby one under each arm trying to pick me up off the ground. No. Yeah, that was crazy. Uh, I was also watching T-Nog today, where she was taking cuttings off. I think it was a mulberry tree. She wants to cut it down because she said it was in the wrong spot. And the new figs that she had gotten cuttings for, I think it was like 3 in a red cup, solo cup, and she was ready to put them in their own little individual pots. Yeah. Oh, you saw it too, Cece. Yeah. Yeah. Asia was hot. She came out so bubbly, talking about, I got my braids back. Then when she came back, yeah, she had it wrapped it up in her little bun and stuff. And she was doing so good. She was talking about planting, what was that? Her lavender and some other flowers and stuff. She was showing her flower beds, how she was going to do them and all the little stuff she was adding, this, that, and the other. The next thing you know, she came back and girl's whole demeanor had changed. Woo, she was trying to calm down. Yeah. Yeah. They didn't know who they was dealing with, Mike. That little woman said, I am not the one. Yes, did. She said she was sorry. She had to get totally out of character. I don't blame you. You call them to come pick it up, and then they're gonna try to convince you to keep it or do their job and find the mama cat. No, that wasn't her job. She did what she was supposed to do. The stray cats made a home on her porch, and they had to go. Simple as that. It shouldn't have been no explanation. It shouldn't have been no hoorah or whatever. Just take the kittens and the cat and go. You know, that shows you just how lazy they were. I know her feeling. I wish 6 people would come get these get these puppies. Oh, you got puppies you trying to get rid of, J3? Okay. Yes, indeed. Okay, Rios family, thank you for stopping by this evening. I appreciate it. If you hadn't hit that like button, please hit it on your way out and show me that you like me just a little bit. Would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, okay? Come get them, them kitties. Oh, yes, indeed. Let's see who else. Okay. Oh, T Nog was also showing you how to grow your onions from cutting off the roots. Oh, and how she had that big old box of ground cherries. She said she will be sending them out to folks who wanted some. And oh, how she was saying how she was pulling up those carrots, which looked so good, how she air fried them and ate them as well. Yes, 6 more. Too many pups. Ooh, yeah. I love animals. I have a cat. And it got to the place where I'm not gonna walk a dog. I'm not gonna put a dog on a schedule. And I've had a dog. Believe me, I do love dogs, and he was the most loyal dog you ever want to have. But I've gotten to the age now I'm not doing all of that. I love my cat because she got 2 litter boxes. I got one cat. I don't have a house full. I'm not a cat lady. You know, I would like a second one just so she has somebody to play with because she be wearing me out sometimes. But she got 2 litter boxes. I keep them clean. She got plenty fresh. She drinks bottled water. Yeah, my cat's bougie. You know, if I put water from the faucet in my cat's water bowl, which is stainless steel. She got stainless steel stuff, you know. She'll look up at me like, what's this? You know, I don't drink tap water, you know. And I actually had to pour it out. And she saw me crack the lid on a bottle of a bottle of water and poured it in there. And then she drank it. Yeah, my cat is bougie. Yep, it's my fault, but I love her. I never thought about regrowing my onions after I use them. Smart. See, you can do your celery like that too. I got some shallots that I'm sticking in the soil like that. It's no different than you taking your potatoes that sprout and that you can cut them and let them callus and then put them in the ground and grow more potatoes from the potatoes that you have. Anything that you buy that have roots, just cut it off the top part of it and use it or wash it and put it in a bag and then take whatever the bottom half of it and stick it in some soil. Keep it water. Couple of days, you'll see something coming up the middle. Celery, onions, shallots. Some people swear up and down they can do it with carrots. I have yet to see that, but everything else, yeah, yeah, you can do it. Where is Miss Lady? She hasn't made an appearance. Shh. She quiet. Let her alone. Cause I mean, if she's somewhere asleep, she ain't bothering me. You know she gonna come in here and start talking like she want. Yeah, Nikki, and it is bougie. Yes, I'm gonna teach Annie about sparkling water. Mike, and I will put her in a box, put some holes in it, and I will ship her to you. When she think that she gonna be introduced to sparkling water, uh-uh. I don't drink sparkling water. I have my water sitting right here, right now. Okay. No, 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 no. Bougie is too bougie. No. Yes, I would grow celery before. Yeah, so you can do onions too. Yeah, ain't no different. If it got roots on it, you know, like they got this new lettuce now they call it the regrow lettuce that you can buy the whole plant. So you could just take off the lower leaves, put it in a salad, and stick it in some dirt and let it keep growing. Yeah. What you laughing at, Queen? You know, I had to come back just so that I could take care of my cat. You know, I could have probably got my ticket extended, but you know, I had to come back to Miss Annie. And boy, when I hit that door, Okay, you going out to dinner with your hubby? Go ahead on, girl. Do what you got to do. Thank you for stopping. And I love my kisses from you, Miss Crystal. Thank you again, sweetheart. Have a good evening. Be safe. Enjoy your dinner. You say, hey, honey slinger. Would you say J3? Okay. Yeah, but Miss Bouget, that's what I'm going to start calling her. They might. Psalms. Excuse me. Wabba. Try not to get too dehydrated. Psalms 146 came into place. I didn't see you, but I see people talking to you. Hello, sweetheart. Thank you for coming in tonight. I appreciate that. Yes, I have seen the regrow. Yeah, the regrow lettuce. Yeah, I saw they got it in a big plastic container, and you could see it. And at the bottom of it, you could see the roots. So you could just put it in the dirt and keep growing. But I was like, for what they want for that plant, as they say, you can buy a pack of seeds for, is it for a dollar at Dollar Tree and grow the same thing. I'm not paying $8, $9 for no lettuce. If I'm paying that much for lettuce, that means I got every variety there is. Okay. Not for one plant. I'm sorry. Not doing it, can't do it, won't do it. I saw a lady had a 5-year-old dried prune piece of potato that when she planted it grew. Yeah, I had some potatoes that were all shriveled up, and I just knew they were dead, and I threw them in a compost pile. And I went to check the compost, and I got potatoes growing in there. They rehydrated themselves and took root. One year, I had a cantaloupe take over my compost pile. I had threw some seeds off in there. Next thing I know, it looked like Seymour coming out of my compost pile, and it got so big it covered my whole compost pile, and then it started creeping out in the garden. And my granddaughter wouldn't go out in the yard. She said, "Granny, that thing scares me." I said, it's just a fruit growing out in the yard." She said, "I don't care. I don't like that." And she didn't like it. She was little then. She grown now, but yeah. Yeah, so don't underestimate. Yeah, that's what they did with the moisture and stuff. They just rehydrated and took root. See, like I said, we need nature. Nature don't need us. People fail to understand that part. That nature doesn't need us. The Garden of Eden was here before man was even built. So created. That's the word I was looking for. Before man was even created. So we have stuff that we think is dead and we throw it away. It'll grow in your garbage can if you don't watch it. Don't forget to hit that like button. That's right, growing what I eat. Tell them about it. Yeah. Hit that like button and show me that you like me. Just a little bit. And people feel that when they out here planting a garden, they're gods. No, you just like a man or a woman, like anybody else, and you're putting seed in the soil, and it's not up to you whether it grows or not. We're just caretakers. There's only one master gardener. We're not it. Okay. We're constantly learning. I've been gardening over 55, 60 years, and I'm always learning something new. I never reject somebody else's idea. Sometimes I might even try what they're talking about. Some things I think is a little ridiculous, and you know, you don't want to insult the individual who who's trying to think that they're dropping knowledge on you. I just say thank you, and move on to a different conversation or to a different individual. But everybody has their own way of doing things. See, I'm from old school, where half the stuff you guys got out here now, we've never heard of. Okay. We were simple farmers and sharecroppers. We had DDT for the bugs. We used fish heads in the ground as the original 511. We had lime, to kill an odor off of dead animals or whatever when you throw them in the ground and bury them. That was pretty much it. Now they got blood meal, bone meal, and all the different chemicals that'll raise up and lower the pH balance. And oh, back in the day we used coffee grounds and eggshells. People have really found out just how much and how simple it is to crush up eggshells and take the coffee grounds, which the coffee was a lot different back then there. They were the original Starbucks, because that coffee they had back when I was a kid, it would grow hair on your chest and on the bottom of your feet. You had what they called them old cowboy percolators, the silver ones with the little spout. Some of them had the little glass top on it, and when the coffee perked, you could see it perking in the top. So when it was ready, when it stopped perking. Yeah, that's how old school I'm talking about. Real old school. Some of you folks never heard of. And then the old cowboy coffee pots that didn't have the little glass on top, they just had the lid, and they would actually sit it out on a live fire until it got hot. So yeah. Did you wear your like me shirt? No, you know why I didn't wear it, Mike? It's a little heavier because me and Gina live in the same region, which is a little colder. It'd have been too hot. I'd have had to come out of it. This top I got on, me and Quinn went shopping. We hit Ross's, and I saw this top and I bought it. I wanted to change out of the top I had on when we went to the meet, because we didn't have time to go all the way back to our home and change. So I kept my jeans on and I just changed my top out and changed my jewelry. We were inside the garage, hoping nobody seen. Well, we had nice bras on. We was changing in the car. We were changing in the car. Oh, yes, indeedy. We had a good time. Honest to goodness, I thought I've known Quinn all my life. It was just family. It was so much love between from her husband and her daughter. It was just amazing. Yep, it was. We had a good time. My mama would crop tobacco before they knew it was bad for you. My mom used to pick cotton, and she hated it. Yeah, I still have eggshells and coffee jars. Those big plastic containers that you could buy to store food in at the Dollar Tree, the big ones. I got a couple of those, and one is totally full of crushed eggshells. The other one's full of coffee grounds. Instead of throwing them away, I threw them in there, and not just the coffee, but the filters too, because they're biodegradable. Yeah, yeah, try it. Yeah, uh, not gorilla coffee. Oh yeah, girl, I ain't kidding. That coffee was strong. I mean, you could put how they used to say you can cut it. Put a one on that, it wouldn't do anything to it. That coffee, it was so thick and hot, you could almost get up out the pot and walk to your cup and jump inside. That's how tough that was. Gail Hoover, hey, good evening. Thank you for stopping in this evening. Glad to see you facing the place. Serious question. What is the difference between a farmer and a gardener? Hmm. Nothing really. Just the size of the acreage. When you start getting more than, I guess, an acre, you become a farmer, because you definitely will need a tractor to tilt the soil and plant your seeds. A gardener is just a little smaller area. You're still planting, not unless you got a different definition. Yes, ma'am. We had fun shopping. Yes, we did. Oh, okay. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. Henny, let me call you back. I'm in the middle of something.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that, y'all. That was a call I had to take. She's in my new. Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm the new grandma for Presbyterian. Yes, indeedy. And you are blessed to have her as. Oh, thank you, Reba. I feel like I'm the one that's blessed. My family just keeps getting larger and larger. Jumping in to listen in the bushes. That's all right, Analytic Gardner. I'm just glad You stuck your finger in there to say hello. Hit that like button. Show me that you like me. Just a little bit. It's greatly appreciated. I like my spoon to stand up in my coffee. Mike, that's not coffee. That's syrup. That's syrup. That's not coffee. Coffee has to be liquid some kind of way to be consumed. They probably had that back in the day, the cowboys, but they needed that strong coffee to be on them horses and riding all night, especially if they doing cattle drives and moving sheep or what other animals they up all night. You know, they got to get herds to certain parts of towns and stuff. But now, I don't want nothing that strong. I don't want anything that can curl my hair without curlers. Who'd you say? I was wondering. Okay. Or are you saying hi? Hey, Just Dorsha. Girl, I didn't see your email until today. I am so sorry because I saw you guys on the panel. Somebody come up and say something, drop down, not realizing that you had sent me that. I am so sorry because I would have loved to have came up. I've been falling asleep back and forth just trying to catch up on my rest. Did you ever make coffee made from an egg? No, and don't want to. I haven't been that adventurous. I'm good with just what I have, either Maxwell coffee or what's that, Dunkin' Donuts. I'm good. I don't get into all that other stuff. Everybody saying hello to one another. That what's that, Polish coffee? Be real strong. Yeah, I have a friend who had coffee from, what was it, Indonesia. That wasn't no joke either. When I was working at the hospital before I retired, I had doctors and nurses of all nationalities from all over the world, and they know I would scrub down the hospitality room and I would make a pot of coffee like 3 or 4 in the morning when folks start the winding down, and they would bring in certain coffees and say, Miss Shirley, make a pot of this tonight. And I was like, okay. And it would actually wake up patients because it's like it would smell so strong. They wanted to try a cup. And I tell my patients, no, y'all ain't drinking this. Y'all going back to bed because I got a hunch if y'all drink this, y'all going to be up the rest of the night. No, this is for the nurses. And I would actually take the pot in the break room so they couldn't sneak down there and get a cup. Excuse me, because I had doctors and nurses from Africa, Pakistan, India. I mean, and they would bring in different coffees and bring them in. Some of that stuff would curl your hair without curlers. We here. Nice meeting you. Hey, I enjoy meeting you. I got my ruby red grapefruit tree and tangerine tree today. Uh-oh. All right, it disappeared. Oh man, I'm so far behind. I missed that. I caught him at the last minute. Oh shoot. All right. I was trying to catch to read that. That Polish coffee bee. Okay, I read that. All right. That's saying hi, hi, hi. Oh, okay. Growing what I eat. I got my ruby red grapefruit tree and tangerine tree today. Gotta get it transplanted in the morning. Okay. That's nice though. I love tangerines. Oh my gosh. That's my favorite. Orange. Vitamin C. No, okay. All right. I read that already. Let's see. Everybody talking to one another. All right. I read all of that. Yeah, her garden does look great. My mama could crop. Oh, okay. All right. I read that already. Yeah, my mom used to pick cotton. She said she would never go back down south. She hated down south and she hated cotton. So couldn't argue with her on either one. I like down south, but I didn't know nothing about picking no cotton. So that was on her. I saw a lady had a 5 year. Oh, okay, we read that. Oh wow, am I that far behind? All right. Reba is funny. She's a hoot. She will make you laugh just looking at her. No, okay. I learned some. All right. Let me see. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the chat, y'all. I see what y'all say when y'all said you get so far behind. People are talking about another subject and it moved on, and I'll be like talking about the same stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's my baby girl. We were standing up at the airport, snorting and snotting and crying. I didn't want to go. She didn't want me to go. Oh, I had to hurry and go inside. And it was funny. When I landed at the airport, I was sitting outside waiting on Presbyterian to pull up. She pulled up and my phone rang and I could hear her phone. And I was like, "Are you in this car in front of me?" And she's like, "Is that you on the bench?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And we got out and we hugged and kissed like as if we known each other for the last 20 years. It was just amazing. Yeah, it's just like we've always known each other. There was nothing you know, like we've been family from day one. I like Dunkin' Donuts coffee, but my favorite is Jacob's from Germany. I actually have some coffee that I brought back from the Blue Mountains when I was in Jamaica, and I still haven't opened it yet. It was like in what kind of bag? Like a burlap sack bag, and I put it in an airtight glass jar that has that lock on it, and it's still whole beans. I haven't ground the beans. I have a coffee grounder, but that's my special occasion coffee. That when I have certain friends and people over, I take that out and grind up some of the beans and make a pot of coffee. What you say? Psalm dipping back into the bushes. Okay, Psalms 40.46. Oh, okay. Just Dorsha, you said you got to go. I thank you for stopping in and saying hello. Please make sure you hit that like button on the way out and show me that you like me just a little bit. But next year when I come, I will have my shirt with I had someone design a graphic of me, and it's ready. I've seen it. I have approved it, so I want that on a shirt as well. So that's to be coming soon. Yeah, yeah, Queen. I feel like I've always known you too. What you said, that soul family love runs deep and wide. Yes, it do, and yes, it did. It was awesome. Good night, everyone. Miss Shirley OG. Oh, you got the lead, Gloria. Well, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You have a good evening now. Take care, dear. Yeah, so it was amazing. Let's see what else. Oh, if anybody's watching Miss T with the T this morning, that child, she's so funny. Talking about her daughter always taking food out of her plate. Yeah, my son tried that. He almost got stabbed. If I'm not taking food out of your plate, don't take food out of mine. 9 times out of 10, you normally give your kids more to eat than what you have for yourself. So there's no reason for you to stick your fork in my plate because we're eating the same thing. Yes, she let her do it and she like it. Yeah, she just stuck her hand in my plate. It'd have been, I love you, but this is mine. Yes, that soil family was awesome. It was just love. It was just love on so many levels. So when you want me to come for coffee like other people. Oh, well, you know what? J3, if you bring the honey, I got your coffee whenever you're ready. Just give me a heads up so I can start the water boiling before you get here. That's all I ask. I like to be prepped for you and ready. That way, I might even bake a cake or some kind of sweets that we can dip along with whatever we drinking. Yeah, I don't mind entertaining. Just let me know when you're ready. Larry, oh, okay. Look who decided to show his face in the place. Mr. Stacy himself, hands in the dirt. Good evening, sweetie. Thank you. I was laughing at y'all last night. Stacy, I think you got a little crump last night, didn't you? You was laughing so hard you was laughing at yourself. You didn't give anybody else a chance to laugh. So, sister, hey, that's another lady I got a chance to hug. You get a little peck on the cheek. Yes, indeedy. We had a good time. Yes, indeedy. It's just amazing how when you meet one another and you introduce, or sometimes they will say, I know who you are, and then you say who. And then they tell you, and it's like, I knew it, I knew it, I knew that was you. It looks like you. And I was surprised because I didn't know how many people actually watch my lives on Thursday night that would actually recognize me. And the women more so than the men. Broke was about the only man that really recognized me, him and Bobby. The rest of them didn't know who I was, and they stop and look at me and smile. And it's like a deer in headlights. They ain't have a clue. So that was funny in itself, just watching a lot of people's facial expressions in regards to who I was. They get crumped on. Yeah, they do, Cheryl. Cheryl, you got your nerve. When I watched you on that video the other day with you assisting with soil, you was crumped that night. You had me dying laughing. I was like, look at her. I was like, yeah, when she back home talking about Mona was asleep while you doing 100 miles an hour. I was like, whoo, all right, you wanted to get home. You wanted to get home. Oh, Mike, I just want to talk about you doing that review for, what was it, In Bloom hydroponic unit, and how you were breaking it down on the cord. And I find that out on a lot of stuff. It's not just the hydroponic units, on grow lights and other essential pieces of equipment that we use in gardening. They always give you those little short cords, like as if you got a table that you're going to sit right up over the socket so that it will plug in. And some of those cords are so short, even if you got a low table, it's still not long enough. I don't get why they make these cords so short on some of these equipment. Yeah, Cheryl, you got nerve. You was funny as heck. I was cracking up. I think you had us all dying laughing. It was funny. But we had a good time though. And see, that's what I'm saying. We can laugh at one another without being offended. We know it's all in good fun. We're not here to elevate ourselves above one another. We're just here to enjoy the knowledge that you have to share. Um, just like a lot of you are military. So you've traveled all over the world and got a chance to experience weather and plants in other countries. So you can bring that knowledge back to us, which is really cool. Hey, Indiana Jackson, it was nice meeting you and Mrs. Jackson. Yes, indeedy. I enjoyed meeting you guys. That was so cool. Oh, did you see our video that me and Quinn did? We got our fans. Yes, we did. Now I got to learn how to snap it like your wife do. I really be laughing at the comments in the live. You all are just as crazy as I am, all in good fun. Yeah, we are. Gardening people are some crazy people. We are. Oh, we just funny. We just funny. It's all in good fun too, and that's why I said nobody's trying to outdo one another. And normally, when we get through chewing out that one that comes in here thinking that they can rise above everybody, yeah, they get blocked, and we don't normally see them come back, which is a good thing. So yeah, we just here to have a good time. We had an amazing time. Yeah, folks missed out. Yes, it was. I was so glad that Cheryl and Quinn kept my secret. I mean, Sherry kept my secret that I was coming. Yeah, you're not laughing at, but okay. I didn't get that. The rack the unit on is 3 feet tall. It's standard kitchen rack. Okay. Where did that come from? I hadn't seen that all day. Yeah, Mike, you was talking about the cord. You were talking about the cord that goes inside too, and you were saying how the back stand where you could lower or raise the light, like it wouldn't lower enough so that whatever plants are coming up, they would be leggy trying to stretch and reach for the light. So you didn't like that. So I was listening, because when I finally decide to actually put the one I have to work, I probably want another one just to try something different. Yeah. 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 Oh, okay. Everybody's saying hello to one another. I'm gonna go watch it. My wife is happy you got the fan. Yeah. Um, Quinn, she ordered the fan right then and there, and it came Monday before I left. And so we took it out the bag and we stood back to back with our fans. And so I was able to snap mine after the second try. Ah, Quinn said, look, and I think you could actually hear the sound in the background. I didn't know she had recorded it. So you tell your wife she started something. Because the first time she did it behind somebody and they jumped like 2 feet off the ground. Like, what was that? It scared me the first time I heard her do it for somebody else. And it scared me because like you said, it was an unfamiliar sound. Yeah, and I jumped. Yeah. So yeah, I got one. I got one. Queen got one. She got two. Yeah, so it's fun. Yeah, yeah, y'all gotta watch it. We didn't snap it. We just posed with it. We opened it all the way up and posed back to back to it. So yeah, I think it's on Quinn's channel, Presbyterian. We had fun with the fans. Yep, 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 yeah. I was like, oh, sucky, sucky. I was like, it's gonna be with me when I come back next year, and I'm gonna be all over the place with it. I super appreciate your review, Mike, because you show me what things to look out for. Yeah, and you know what else, Psalms? Not only the what to look out for, uh, you find out what brand is a little more dependable than the others. Since hydroponics just kind of blew up, they have always been around, but once the pandemic hit and a lot of people started growing inside, and they also was telling you how that you could take just about any empty container and make it a hydroponic. You don't necessarily have to have a bubbler. If you cut a hole in the top, put the top on, and lower your plants into the water, into the little what they call it, rock something. You know what it is, Mike. And then grow, because I'm seeing them cut holes in 5-gallon buckets and put them in the little cages and put them in there and grow stuff. So yeah. With Mike's reviews, he'll let you know which one is a better one. Yeah, Cheryl. Hey, Wanda. Thank you for stopping in tonight. Your boogie on. Oh my God. Y'all ain't gonna let me lay that down, huh? Y'all got me as the boogie grandma. Yes, indeed. Oh Lord, I'll never live this down. So I guess I have to just sit back next year and just kind of watch y'all. Oh, yeah, yeah, Mike. Fan snaps. Now I'm talking about it ain't a little one. It's loud. I I can't remember where my fan is at because I was unpacking stuff. But it's not a little fan. It's a big one. And when you let it go and it slides back and pop, ain't no joke, boo. Ain't no joke. Bubbler. That's what we call a drinking fountain in Milwaukee. A bubbler. Yeah, these are the with their bubbler. It's a little miniature motor, motor, and with a tube that aerates the water, keep the water circulating. So that helps cut down. It helps stir the food, and it also cut down on algae as well, stagnant water. So Mike was showing you how to cover all the different holes over and to keep from the algae building up too because of the light in the room or under the grow lights and what have you. So he gives you a lot of good tips, a lot of good tips on if you're new at hydroponics. I call him our own personal experts between him and GT. What them on to say? No sitting back. Yeah, right. Grandma will sit down when she tired. Oh no, cut up more next year. We got to see what shape the knees and the back and everything else is. Emma needs a fan for my personal summers. Girl, well, this one I guarantee you, it'll take care of all of that because they had it down in the basement. And everybody knows what I mean when I said in the basement. That basement was a hot mess. Emma need a fan for, okay, all right. Uh, Scratchy hot chocolate is without the bubbler. Oh, they got ones without bubblers? I did not know that. You need to send me the name of the fan so I can have more next year. Quinn, she wants to know the name of that fan. Shawnee 2003. Hey, Shawnee was in there. Yep, Shawnee was partying right along with the rest of us. Yes, indeedy. We were soul sister in that night, the whole weekend. Look who then popped up in here. Kick it with Alvin. What's up, babe? Thank you for stopping in tonight. Saying hello to everybody. Miss Indiana Jackson. She overheard, said she had to pop up in there, huh? The shout out from hubby's phone while washing dishes. Thanks for the love. Glad you got your fan. Yeah, they came, girl. You know Amazon ain't gonna miss no money. Them fans, she Queen ordered them fans. They was here before I left. We got a chance to take it. Go on Quinn's channel, Presbyterian's channel, and you'll see us back to back with our fans. Oh yeah, and I learned how to pop it for a hot minute. But by the time you see me again, Miss Indiana Jackson, I'm gonna be real good at it. Okay. Yeah, we had a Brookfield Zoo here in Chicagoland too. Oh yeah, they had the petting zoo, and it was funny. Miss T and her daughter. She was study feed them, but she was study hollering at the same time. Oh, he touched me, and she run away from it. And Miss T said at one time she wanted to be a veterinarian. I was like, she can't be a veterinarian and scare the animals at the same time. That's not a good combination. That's not the right occupation. Yeah. You said, yes, ma'am, I enjoy meeting you. Yes, enjoy meeting you too. Yes, indeed. Yeah. I really enjoyed the reactions from one another when they walked up on each other and said, who are you? And I was like, oh my goodness. It was just fun. It was fun. It was just fun. And they was like, next year everybody gonna have name tags. I was like, you know how long them name tags gonna last? You know them little sticky things, it's hot and everybody sweating and drinking. No, you're gonna have to need one that's gonna clip on to your clothes because that little sticky stuff ain't gonna work. He said, I remember doing there when I was a kid. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's nice. So they've been around a long time, huh? Yeah, Miss Indiana Jackson. Yeah, I'm gonna be a pro by the time you see me again with that. I probably if I keep my granddaughter's hands off of it because she likes to, she likes my taste, and if she sees something that's interesting, she's like, Graham, you don't need this. And I had to pop her hands. And I'm like, get out my house. I don't come in your house going through there telling you I need this. Quit going through my house. Talking about, yeah, you already got two of these. I'll take one. No. If I wanted one, I'd have had one. Yeah. I have to kind of frisk my granddaughter when she come to my house. Yeah, because she'll take everything. What you say it's on Amazon. Look for large folding silk fans. Okay. Yeah. Mrs. Indiana Jackson on here, she can tell you where to find it too. Yes, indeedy. No doubt you'll be a pro. I have to teach you all a few line dances that we use then in like, yeah, so we can get out there in front with our fans and show out. Tags won't last long. Yes, indeedy. So yeah, when we found that, yeah. Oh, world tours. Well, hello. I've never seen you in my life before, but thank you for stopping in. I greatly appreciate it. And please hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit. Okay, you saying happy Friday? All right, it's not Friday yet. It's still, what is it? It's like 8:30 on a Thursday night. So we haven't gotten there. I said the only one I would think would say happy Friday would be African Dreaming. World tours. May I ask, where are you located and what is your grow zone? She thinks y'all cool. We are cool. What is she talking about? I'm a cool old girl. I think so. I'm not as slow as some of my girlfriends who my age and older who sit around looking at, waiting on paint to dry. I tell them, we be at parties, wedding receptions, or something. They be sitting around. I'd be like, uh, If I'm sitting, it's because I'm glued to the chair. If I can get up and move, I'm gonna get up and move. Yep. Sometimes that's my exercise for the day. So I love to dance, as y'all could tell. That's what I want. I want another one to do a fan dance for my hubby. Ooh, okay. I'm not even gonna mess with that. I'm not even gonna mess with that. Pakistan. Oh, for real? Oh, I feel honored. Oh, thumbs up done. Well, thank you so much. That means you're showing me that you like me just a little bit. All right. How did you find my channel? I'm you know, I'm just interested in how that you located me. Wow, Pakistan. That's sweet. That's really sweet. I feel honored that you took the time to come in my chat. I'm here every Thursday night Eastern Standard Time at 7 o'clock. Um, if you're in Pakistan and you're saying Happy Friday, so you're already a day ahead of us. So what time is it there now with you? Just interesting because I asked the same questions for who's that, Jay and April, who are in Tanzania, Africa. And I know every now and then we will get Rambo Greenhands, who's in the UK. So we do get people from other countries. And I feel honored that you took the time to come in to listen to our chat. We talk mainly about gardening, but we throw other little stuff in between and what has happened in our daily lives. Um, we also kind of do a review of other people's channels that we watch or other lives that we have been in. We also ask in regards to everybody's in different grow zones. Like right now, I'm in zone 6B, I believe now. It's not 6A, it's 6B. And it's still too cold here to plant outside. It might be okay for some brassicas, but for our heat loving plants, I can't put them in the ground until at least the end of May after, what's that, Memorial Day, because it's just still too cold here. And we've been getting like a 30, 40 degree drop in temperatures here. Like yesterday was 74 degrees and my heat just kicked on. It was down to 32. Now it's back up. Okay, no, that's for tomorrow. Tomorrow, my computer's saying it's going to be up 49 and sunny. It's still too cold to go outside and plant heat loving uh, plants like your melons, your squash, tomatoes and peppers. Is still too cool for that. That might be okay for like collards and mustards and turnips and even some sweet peas and what have you. But as far as heat loving plants, it's just not warm enough yet. And I'm still not guaranteed that our last frost has passed through. They give us a date, but we're in Ohio. It's touch and go. It's finicky. Host just searching on YouTube. Okay. Well, hey, I'm glad you searched and found me. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. I really do. It's Shirley Global Superstar. Oh, I wish. Oh, okay. Quinn want to know what's the weather like in Pakistan. It's 5:28 a.m. here Friday morning. Woo! What you doing up this time of morning? Can't sleep? Well, thank you for taking the time to turn the telly on and peruse through it and finding me this morning. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, I'd like to know, what are you growing for this time of year in Pakistan? Um, I know what we normally grow here in the US of A, but I know you probably have different kinds of vegetables and fruits that you grow in your country. Can you give us kind of an idea of what all you grow? Would be greatly appreciated. Weather is cool with rain and thunderstorms. Cold breeze yesterday. Okay. So, yeah. Host dear, where are you from? I was born and raised here in Cleveland, Ohio. Been here all my life. I've traveled all over the world, but this is no place like home. I clicked my heels 3 times. Our weather here in Cleveland at this point in time, I'm in zone 6B. We're still a little cold. I won't be planting in the ground until the end of next month of May. Right now, I'm starting a lot of seedlings inside, and hopefully they will be hard enough in my sunroom, which kind of gets a little cool, that I can put them in the ground outside once the weather has warmed up enough for me to do so. So, yeah. And I'm planting a lot of stuff. I'm like eggplants and peppers and tomatoes and all kinds of squash, my butterfly blue pea, my hibiscus, no, my Jamaican sorrel, um, Chinese cabbage, okra, watermelon, celery, garlic, onions. So I have a large variety of things that I will be planting once the weather has warmed up. So they're 9 hours ahead of us. All right, Cheryl, thank you for breaking that down. And the analytic gardener says 8 hours ahead of her. Because, yeah, because not only are we in different zones, we're also in different time zones. You know, like you got people in California who are 3 hours behind us. And I think like Chicago, my girlfriend in Chicago, she's an hour behind us. So certain parts of certain states within United States are in different time zones. So we have what Eastern Standard Time and Central Time and over the mountains, different times. So coastal. So it's different everywhere, just here within the US of A. Host almost all vegetables and fruits are grown in our land. Okay. All right. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Long as you can eat, long as you like to garden, that's what it's all about. And that's what we're all about. We're here to just encourage one another because, like, the people in Texas, I'm watching, like, Cece in Texas, how she was putting, she said, a lot of things in a tent in the middle of the garden because they had dangers of frost. How she put up a windbreak because it was bending her corn over, and how she was nurturing her peas on the vine. And then I turn around and I watch what Stacy was spraying all his fruit trees. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. Stacy, are you still in here? Because I wanted to know, even though my fruit trees are starting to leaf out, I couldn't spray them because we've been having a lot of rain, and it was just kind of, futile to try to spray them because the rain would wash a lot of it off, because we've been having some really monsoon rains. They got my water barrels overflowing. Is it still too late to spray them with neem oil and the copper fungicide? So if you're in the house, Stacy, let me know. Or if anyone knows, not just Stacy. I mean, I'm quite sure I'm not the only one with fruit trees and who needs to spray them in order to combat rust and a few of the other insects that might bore into your fruit. Because I know some of my apples look like they had the little black spots on them. And I know it's just, a little insect invasion. But other than that, the taste did not change. But I just would like my fruit to look a little better if possible. My peaches fared well. I didn't have any problems with that. But my other fruits, you could see the leaves, the rust in the leaves and the kerf, how they crinkled up and what have you. So I just need to know if there's anyone in here who has fruit trees. Is it too late for me? They haven't blossomed. They're just leafing out. So is it still within a safe barrier to spray my trees now? I haven't usually had this problem, but I do now. So I want to kind of get ahead of the game if possible. Okay, host, best wishes for your future plans. Thank you, World Tours. And like I said, you're always welcome to come back and sit in on my live, on anybody's live. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, please drop MSOG so Nightbot can drop your channels, and World Tours during daytime hours, if they're up and you got a live going on, they can check in and see what you guys are all about. You know, let them know because everybody's, like I said, are in different parts of the United States and different time zones. So you might be able to watch some other person's live and see what's going on. But she says raining here now, Miss Shirley. No, it stopped raining. It was raining yesterday. It was monsoon, but it's dry today and cold. Like to spend time in mountains, forests, lakes, rivers, etc. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Ooh, that sounds like fun and peace. Yes, sure. We will check our channel playlist for mountain blogs. Okay. Yeah, please do that. Put the MSOG in there. Drop your channels. Let other people, because their world tour is not the only one that was new in here tonight. And that way they can check out other people's channels and stuff and hit that like sign and that exposure. They can get their friends and family to check out your channels and stuff and see what you're growing. Because some people are in warmer territories that they can grow tropical stuff. Whereas myself, my basement looks like a nursery. I got a 6 foot banana plant down there. I got those last 4 fruit trees. I got this bending over at the roof like that because they're getting so tall because they got warmed up. They weren't caught out in the cold. Well, I bought them in the cold and they were looking rough. Once I put them in their warm basement and I added some super juice to the water, and they're doing real good now. So they got a lot of new leaves and stuff on there. So I'm not going to take them out until the weather, at least 5 days in a row, is above 50 degrees. So, and try to look at, like they said, a 10-day forecast to make sure there's no cold snaps or stuff that's coming through so that I can put my trees out and don't lose them after nurturing them for these last months or two. I also have 2 Meyer lemons in the basement. I got all 4 of my fig trees down there, and I have my Miwok kumquat that Broke got me. And in my fig trees, I had one that didn't look like it was going to make it because I didn't see anything. And I changed the intensity of my plant light on my fig tree before I left for Savannah. And I came back and I saw it yesterday for the first time. And I see leaves protruding off the branches. So that makes me feel so good because my Black Mission, it took off. My Black Mission is doing real good. It's the biggest out of all of them, and I think I have an Italian honey, um, and I can't remember what the other two is. I would have to look at the labels on them, but yeah, my fig trees are all starting to look pretty good. So, and I got 2 really big pups that's on my banana plant that I need to get out and get them off and put them in their own pots. I will check the channel world tour. Yeah, we all will. We all see. You got our curiosity. You got our curiosity all pumped up. So we'll come over and check you out and give you a thumbs up. World tours. I also visited the nursery for vlogs. Okay, yeah, we do too. I just got through visiting a couple of nurseries down in Savannah, and let me tell you, they Home Depot and Lowe's, when it comes to vegetables and fruit trees, oh, they ain't no joke now. They not no slackers. As usual, most of us like Lowe's better than we do Home Depot, but their Home Depot and Lowe's down in Savannah, they ain't bad at all. We were talking to one gentleman. We found, as they say, when you find a gardener and someone wants to talk about gardening, yeah, you got a friend indeed. And there was a gentleman looking at, I think that was a lemon tree. It was huge. It was sitting right outside the gates of the garden department. And so the gentleman was looking at the price. And when he stood up, he looked at me. I said, 200. He said, not far, 215. And it was huge, though. It had to be 5 feet wide and almost 6 feet tall. I mean, it was huge. And it had a lot of fruit on it. It was loaded. But yeah, we both said, we wasn't paying that kind of price for it. So, oh, good host. Nice to hear you. Well, thank you so much. Hey, Anne Marie. Hello. How's my daughter doing? Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, so Anne Marie, say hello to World Tours. They're from Pakistan. Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. Yeah, you got a lot of good people in here. Everybody in here has pretty much got their own channels. And for the ones who don't, they are superior, not excellent, superior supporters. And I'm going to shout you out, Cheryl Faulkner. The girl got love. We know she doesn't have a channel. We trying to get her to get one. But we love Cheryl so much because she's the type of supporter that you want in your corner. You know, I love me some Cheryl. She's funny, she's lovable, and I hope she stay around with us for a long time. You all right with me? I don't even care what they say. No, just kidding. Yeah, so we're gonna check out World Tours, y'all. See what they about. That's right. So, sister, drop that MSOG. Drop your channels. Let other folks know where you can be found because it might be someone that might be in your locale that might need a little TLC. I made a video yesterday. Shut the front door. Girl, get out of here. Ah, I'm so proud of you, Cheryl. You go, girl. Hey, hey. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to get you in there yet. We're going to get you in there yet. You made a video yesterday. Okay, now you made the video. Have you downloaded it yet so we can go check it out? See, making a video is one thing. But you say, Mike, you was the first live viewer. Oh, so you checked it out already. Oops, excuse me, my bad. Miss D's Hollywood Garden. Hey, thank you for stopping in. Yeah, now see, you all made me go check that out after I finished my live. I was talking about you on my channel a few weeks ago. Talking about your trees in New York. I said I didn't even know we could plant that stuff in the East Coast. Anne Marie, let me tell you, you got folks in here will make you wonder, how come I haven't done that before? Yeah. Don't underestimate what you can grow in your grow zone. Really. I love traveling, food, and make new friends. Hey, we do too. We just finished a well, I call it a 4-day weekend in Savannah, Georgia, where we had the Soil Family Expo for 2023. So it was a lot of people who traveled in for that, and we had a ball. It was awesome. Yeah, we still reeling from it. We still floating on cloud nine of all the kisses and the hugs and the good conversations and the phone numbers we exchanged and pictures and that group picture that we took at the diner. We had everybody coming out the diner doing this. Who is that? What are they? Are they? They was some people say, are they celebrities? They acting like they celebrities. I say, where they from? What they doing? It was just amazing, and we were just laughing at folks because it's like they ain't got a clue on what's going on. We had so much fun because we were showing so much love for one another. You know, we were hugging, we were kissing, we was taking pictures, we was doing selfies. Oh my goodness, we just cut up, and it was good, clean fun. Good, clean fun. Wasn't nobody arguing or acting a fool. We just had a good time. Nobody got offended. If they did, they kept it low key and they took it away from the rest of us, if it even happened. So yeah. Would you say it's bad? I'm more excited for that honey than Easter. Anne-Marie, the honey slinger sending you some honey. Mona helped me, but I waited till she was gone. Had to work up to that. Well, you know what, Cheryl? You do what you need to do. You do you. Okay? You do you. You know, I know Mona is an excellent supporter as far as backing you, but you do it at your own pace so that you can become comfortable with it. So when no one else is around, it's not a big issue that you need to have someone there with you. Just relax. Like you said, you've been kissed and hugged this for 3 days. We're not here to hurt you or harm you in any way. We want only the best for you and we want to support you every step of the way. So, you know, take a deep breath, relax, and just do it. That's the way I did it. And I know I'm older than you. If I can get up here and do this, you can too. Okay. All right. Traveling blogs, lots of food. All right. Cool beans. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Miss Indiana Jackson, please, do you get, you got my, oh, yeah. And same thing with Miss Indiana Jackson. Her husband has a channel. If she decide to start her own, hey, come on with it. Because I remember Lady Led before she even started her channel. She was just in the background. She jumped out there and got her channel. Look at her. She rocking and rolling. We got a lot of folks out here. Once you dip your toe in that water and find out it's not as cold as you think it is and that you can really enjoy it. Hmm. Yes, indeedy. Go for it. Yes, yes, we all are YouTubers famous combined. We have 1 million subs. Yeah, yeah, we good. We good. And like I said, this year was awesome. Next year, it's going to be in the stratosphere. Okay. Because all the folks who missed this year will get a chance to talk about their own year in 2024. But they can't get what we had these last 3, 4 days. I'm sorry. it, I mean, it's very monumental for me because I reached my over 500 subscribers. So to me, this is an expo I will never forget, even if I never come again. That people love me enough to hit that like button and to get me over that. That's what you call support. I can't think of the word that I want to say, but it's like unrequited love. It's there, you know, and I just brought it to the surface. And I can't say thank you enough for all the folks who came my way and made it possible for me to get further. Because it was funny. I was trying to look on my phone and I didn't have my glasses on. And I said, I made it 500. And Mona was standing next to me. She had glasses on. Mona said, that says 505. I said, 505? I was like, I passed 500? She's like, yeah. And when I looked at it today, I'm at 533. I was like, what? And the numbers keep going up. So, hey, Crafty Mom Creations. Hi, hon. Thanks for stopping in tonight. Yeah, you popped in. I almost missed you there. I'm so glad to see you stopped in for a hot minute to say hello. Yeah, you saw the 500. Oh, man. I was trying to keep from snorting and snotting on camera because I had a little makeup on and I didn't want to ruin it. Going to get some sleep now. See you later. Nice to meet you. Well, nice meeting you, World Tours. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. I appreciate it. Please come back and see us again. And like I said, there's daytime channels. So please take down some of this information on the people dropping their names in chat and channels and come back and check them out. Yeah. Yep. Everybody's saying, all right, good night, the World Tour. Thank you. What you say? Oh, it's 5:35 now. Oh, okay. See, I done had a couple new ones again today. Wow. Thank you, Anne Marie. I've just been over the moon. Yeah. If you do a host hotel next year, it will be better. And that's really hard to believe. I'll be scared next year. I could probably put me over 1,000. I really wouldn't know how to act. Oh, J3, Honey Slinger. Oh, you don't make me cry. Oh, it's just nice to be loved. It's just nice to know that you're appreciated for whatever knowledge that you have to pass on to other people. I've always been a people person. I don't normally have problems with people. If people don't like me, it's because sometimes I can be a little direct. I had to kind of tone myself down. I get in more trouble for asking questions because I listen to what you're saying and then I try to summarize it and then I try to figure out a question that I could ask that would include everything I need to know. And more people get mad at me when I ask a question, especially if they don't know how to answer it. And then they don't want to talk about it anymore. And I was like, okay. So that lets me know where you at and I leave you alone. But yeah. I'm a people person. I love to kiss. I love to hug. I like to let you know that whatever you need, don't be afraid to pick up the phone. If you just want somebody to listen to you without being judgmental, I can do that all day long. I don't have to say a word. I just like, if you say hello, I can tell from the tone of your voice that you just need somebody to talk to. And I'm more than willing to just listen. I'm not going to give my opinion. I'm not going to judge you. And if you just need to get it off your chest so that you can feel better about yourself or to help you get through whatever situation you're in, I'm here. I'm here. I'm like that. I was a social worker for 13 years. So believe me, I know what it is to, would you say Anne-Marie is 536? Okay. We stand corrected. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it is. You all have a good night. Hands in the dirt. Okay, Stacy. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate that. Hope to see you next week. Same bad time, same bad station. Sometimes the numbers go up and down. Don't get discouraged if it does. I don't, because my main objective was not really to come in here to get subscribers. My main objective was to find people who, as they say, like minded, like myself, who likes to garden and what you garden and how that some of your suggestions can help me improve being a better gardener. Because like I said, I've been gardening for quite a few years. I've been gardening longer than most of y'all are is in age. So it's always something new. My mom said, if you don't learn something new every day, something ain't right. Because nothing stays the same. Yeah. Yeah. I don't sugarcoat stuff. Yeah. Sometimes they get me in trouble. But I'm the same way with my grandkids. They know I don't play them games. They know I'm not going to sugarcoat them and tell you exactly what I want and how I like it. And if you like it, fine. If you don't, that's all right too. But that's just the way I am. And you know how I became like that? As a child growing up back in the day, kids were seen and not heard. If there's a room full of adults, you didn't see a child in the room. You went outside and you didn't come back in the house unless they called you and said it's time to eat, or you come get a piece of watermelon, or somebody made some homemade ice cream or something like that. You wasn't up under grown folks. You was a child, you acted like a child, and you was treated like a child. Now, these kids be sitting right up under you in the middle of your conversation. And if you ever see some of these 2 and 3 year olds walk around with their hands on their hips saying, my mama said so and so and so, and this and that and the other. And I'm like, what's with the neck rolling and the hand on the hip? They just barely been potty trained and standing upright. You know, these kids are growing up overnight. That's why they're in so much trouble now. Got a potty mouth, disrespectful parents, teachers, and all that. This is a whole different generations out here. You didn't play that. Kids was yes sir, no ma'am. Back in the day, mm-mm. It's a whole different set of kids out here now. That's for sure. Yeah, we said same comment. I just seen that. Okay. I just tasted a radish leaf, purple beauty, nice. Wasn't bitter or peppery. Was spiky though. Oh, Mike, is there something that you haven't grown? Because I was cracking up where you had two squashes coming up and you didn't know you had planted squash, but it was coming up. Get ready to run up against the wall up behind your hydrator. That was funny. This was different. I came up on the 80s and it was different for sure. Oh yeah. Like I said, when I came up, kids was seen and not heard. You're 60 babies too, Cheryl? Oh, yeah, see. Yeah. No, I was even earlier than the 60s. So that's why I retired. Yeah. Yeah, these young folks. And the same way in my department, I was the oldest person in my unit at the hospital, day shift or night shift. Most of them were 50 and under. So every now and then I had to grab one by the ear and say, we ain't doing that. And when they found out I was a no nonsense kind of, I ran the floor at night. They know when I came in, business, I took care of business, but I didn't play them games. They got mad when I retired. They said, don't you want to be PRN? I said, if I want to be PRN, I'd have stayed. No, I didn't had enough of y'all. Y'all done got me up to, no, it was time to go. And I don't miss it. I've been retired since 2018. and I ain't missed it. I love it. I love it. You sound just like my mom used to about these kids. Now, yeah, these kids got a mouth. I popped my girlfriend's son in the mouth before I knew it. My hand was cocked and loaded. She came in there. She said something. I think she was cussing at her mom. And she was standing over here on the side of me here. And her mom was there. And she said something. And it was just like, before I even knew it, I popped her in the mouth and she jumped like that. And I was like, don't, don't you ever talk to your mama like that. I was like, because if you get in trouble, who's the first person you going to call? You ain't calling granddaddy. You ain't calling grandma. You're not calling daddy. You're not calling the neighbor next door. You're not even calling your boyfriend. First thing you're going to holler is mama. And if you talk to me like that and you got in trouble, you would be right wherever you are. You would still be there. So, yeah. So, yeah. So when I come over there, she leave the room because she know I didn't play that. You can't. You just don't. You respect your mom. You love your mom. Ah, these kids. Don't get me started because they be off the chain. All right, y'all. Oh my goodness, it's past 2 hours here. Oh, I got on one of what they call it, one of Leia's ranch dressing. Yeah. All right, y'all. We've been here for more than 2 hours. I appreciate everybody who stopped in my live tonight. Good night, Lala. Good night, Mike. Good night, Anne Marie. Good night, Mrs. Indiana Jackson. Good night, Cheryl. Good night, Growing What I Eat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping in this evening. Please come back next week, same time, same station, Thursday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And if you haven't hit that like button, make sure you hit it on the way out and show me that you like me just a little bit. Oh, Grammy, you just now coming in here, girl. I'm getting ready to leave up out of here. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, you made it in time for me to say goodnight to you. Analytic Garden, Elwanda. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to say goodnight. As I always say, I love you. And y'all come back now. You hear?